How's it going, everybody? It's me, Cloudy, your favorite Korean immersion learner on YouTube. So, as the title of this video spells out, I am taking a bit of a break from learning Korean. I made a video about 3 weeks ago, and it was essentially what this video was trying to be, but I ended up making it way too long. It covered too many topics, and it was basically too much like every other video that I've done. So I wanted to try something different and make a shorter and more concise update to respect your time as well as respect my time a little bit, because it's a little hot. I've got an extra light pointing at me and I don't have AC right now, so it's going to start heating up if I sit here blabbing on for too long. Anyway, I wanted to make this short little video so that I didn't feel like I left people hanging if they were curious about following what I had been up to, because I am not stopping completely with Korean, but it's not my number one priority anymore. I turned 33 on June 14th. You know, something about getting to be that age and thinking a lot. In the past few years, I've had a lot of time to think about my future and my work and my home situation. And I realized that the time had come for me to make an important decision in my life. Learning Korean for the last 2 years has been such a rewarding experience. It's giving me the ability to have confidence that I can tackle these long-term projects and keep going with it and keep showing up and develop strategies for learning that fit with me, and to be able to break something down into a simple routine that I can do over and over again. As I realized that I had developed this skill more so than I had before, I realized that I could actually do something with it other than learn Korean. And this is something that I thought more and more about the more time I'd spent learning Korean. But eventually I realized that, this Korean can wait, because this is something that from day one started as just a hobby and something interesting. I didn't have any goals or strong reasons to be doing it. I just did it all the time. So I had this realization that I wanted to apply it to something else. The choice to me was already actually pretty obvious. Back when I was in junior high, I was messing around with some internet web pages, changing the HTML on my blog at the time. And in high school, I had a MySpace page, and my band had a MySpace page. And I would go in and try to mess with the CSS properties and other HTML things. And there's a lot of copying of code that I didn't understand, and I would put it in the MySpace profiles and try to make it look cooler. That was really important on MySpace. And that was something that it almost feels like a relic of the past, because nowadays, the social media, it's all styled for you. They want you to have the same experience when you go from page to page. But man, MySpace was the Wild West. You'd go in and it's just auto playing some emo screamo band, and there's pictures of scene hairdos just plastered, like tiled across the page, and just crazy wild colors and marquees floating around and animations. Absolutely ridiculous. Lots of GIFs everywhere. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. So then I didn't know that I wanted to do it seriously, because it was just something I picked up and then dropped. Later on, about 2012, I wanted to start going to school. Maybe it was 2013. Doesn't really matter. I'm getting old. I decided to sign up for college, and I was going to study web development. I thought, hey, I was interested in this when I was younger, so I thought, okay. My current job wasn't that exciting. I ended up having to drop out of that after taking 1 or 2 classes because my financial aid was not set in order. I forgot to sign up for something, or something happened and I wasn't able to afford to keep going. But I did take a UX design class that was really important, that I think about all the time, and I think really helped shape my views on design and things ever since. So that was really exciting for me. But I didn't actually get to touch any code, and I didn't do it on my own either. I was just gonna go along with what the school was doing. So yeah, fast forward to now. I had done all of this stuff with Korean as a self-learner, and I found resources online, then followed through with it, and then just developed my own routine based on that, and learned and kept learning and helped other people and got involved with the community. And I was able to do that on my own without going to school, without spending money to sign up for stuff, without, people telling me what I have to do and whatnot. It's just I self-directed everything, and I think it was working out pretty well. And I was able to focus on the things that I wanted. Anyway, this came to the decision where I was like, yeah, I'm going to do web development. I'm going to do it on my own this time. And I wanted to learn programming, and I knew that these things were going to be possible. So I just started on Codecademy. This is a website where you can learn to code, and just started. And I thought I'll just start and then keep looking for stuff to do. Eventually I found a curriculum called the Odin Project. So this is within a few days of me starting, and it was great. It was directed for self-learners, and it was a curriculum that was designed by, it was an open source thing by the community for full stack development. It was designed to get you your first job, completely free, had a community, and it was right up my alley. Felt like a repeat of the language thing that I've been doing, but just focused on learning to code and learning to become a web developer. So on the 20th of June, that's when I started. It was either the 18th or the 20th. I started down that roadmap, and I have been hardcore learning how to code, learning how to style web pages, and learning about everything in web development that I can every day since then. It's been just over 4 weeks, and I am really excited about where it's going. So I missed my Anki reps like 4 times. No, it's got to be more than that. Sometimes I think I missed 3 days in a row, 2 days in a row here, a day here, a day there. I've missed a lot of days of Anki in the last 4 weeks, and I haven't been adding new cards, but I've been catching up, every once in a while. I think my Anki streak before I broke it was 497, just a few days shy of 500 days. So that was cool, but honestly, it's not that important. It's just a streak. It's not going to make me forget the words I know. So it's fun to have, but it's not a big deal if you lose it. Anyway, I've been watching a little bit of Korean here and there. I've been trying to stay in touch with it, but my focus was to solely go after this web development thing, and I knew that I needed to make it 100% my priority, just as I had made learning Korean 100% my priority for so long. I knew that if once I got into the swing of it, then I would be able to kind of ease up and just be able to relax and, watch a show in the evening after I was done studying, or read some comics. No big deal. So that's excuse me. So that's what's going on. I am taking a little bit of break. Now, some of you may be wondering, does this mean that you're going to be stopping doing YouTube stuff? I haven't been very active doing it so far, but this is, I I wouldn't say I've been a regular poster on YouTube. It's just kind of, whenever I felt like it. I missed months here and there and put in out projects. I think YouTube kind of stressed me out in a way because I really wanted to do it, but also I felt like I was making a choice. Every single time I sat down to make a video, I was making a choice to either I was stepping away from Korean, and I wasn't stepping towards something that was going to help me in another area of my life. Exactly. It was just fun and interesting, but it stressed me out. Like I couldn't just relax and just work on a video for a couple of days because I didn't want to miss out on learning Korean, or if I felt like I was taking time away from Korean, I had to be doing it like I needed to be like job searching or learning a skill to pick up another job or whatever. So it was too much stress. And I have so many ideas for YouTube. I've mentioned that before, but I needed to tie this thing up in my life. I needed to get my career in order. I needed to be able to put money away for the future and make sure that my needs are met today, and that I have a good life in order. Basically, make my mom and my dad proud. So I needed to do this, and I will be coming back to make more YouTube videos later, but right now I need to get this web development thing in order, and I'm going to be having my head mostly down working on this every day until I get my first web development job. And even then, once I do that, I will have a lot to learn and focus on. I'm going to be doing a lot of that in my free time as well. But once things get settled down, I'd love to come back if you guys are still around to watch some of the videos without the stress of needing to make sure that my bills were paid, or this existential ultimatum that I gave myself of needing to obsess over Korean or do literally anything more important. I hope to come back. So I'm not going anywhere totally. I'm still going to be around on the Discord channels for the language stuff, but I won't be quite as active. Some of you who are really active in those have probably noticed that I haven't been around very much, and that's why. So this is kind of explaining all of that. I wanted to make this so that I can get it out there and share with you guys. So I think that about does it. I'm really, really excited for the future. It's a cool field. It feels creative. It feels important. I'm going to try to keep up with my Korean a little bit so that I'm not starting from a big break when I come back. And I hope that you're studying hard, following your dreams, and having fun and enjoying yourself, and making sure that you are having a good time. I probably will have a link to another YouTube channel where I'm going to be uploading a little bit about my coding journey, because I don't want to actually put that stuff on this channel. I just want it to be language stuff, so that people who followed me for language are not going to get notifications and have me ramble about CSS and about JavaScript objects and all this jargon. I am going to put a link to that below. So it may not have any videos yet, but there will be a channel there for you to check out. So until I see you guys next time, I will see you next time. How about that? Later.